Hi, and welcome to the PanelBoy Controls podcast. This is our third podcast. Today we are joined by Larry Walton from BishopWise Carver. He was introduced to us by Nick Groya from Midwest Automation Supply. BishopWise Carver, they make expertly designed linear and rotary systems. And so today we just go over some of the products that they have. And if you've ever worked in an automation, industry, this is one of the items that keep things moving. So without further ado, here's Larry and Nick.
Who's kicking off?
Well, I guess I can kick off. Nick Groya with Midwest Automation Supply. Today we have Larry Walton with us, who is the factory representative of PMI, Bishop Wisecarver, a couple products that he's going to be talking about. We want to thank Mario and Marcus for having us on the podcast today. And if you need panels, check out PanelBoy for sure. Go ahead, Larry, if you want to talk about a couple of the products.
My objective today is to review, as Nick said, two different manufacturers that are represented here in West Michigan and products stocked in West Michigan. The first company is Bishop Wisecarver. The second company is Square Rail company, PMI, that does linear motion. So with that, Bishop Wisecarver is a manufacturer that's been around since 1972. It is a U.S. company out of California. The company started with a product that is a DualV wheel. So it's a V wheel and a V track corresponding. This is a very simple demo showing that with these two components, you can make linear motion. So 4 wheels, 2 pieces of a track. It's bolted to a plastic substrate just to show how simple it is to make this product. Mm-hmm. On the 4 wheels, we have 2 concentric bushings with these wheels, and then eccentric, meaning eccentric gives us flexibility or adjustability to set the preload, to set the fit up is the word I'm looking for, to set the fit up between these components, resulting in smooth linear motion. So Bishop Wisecarver's breadth of product line is all based around this wheel. So these come in different sizes. This particular size, which is approximately a 1/2 inch, is a 1-inch wheel, and they come up to the size what we call a 4XL wheel, which is a 4.5-inch wheel. The larger the wheel, the higher the load capacity. So the wheel size is something that we assist in the sizing of that product for applications. So V wheels, different sizes, and then different materials depending on the application. Materials meaning that the wheel can come in a standard grade wheel. It can come in a stainless grade wheel that would be for a wash down, high humidity type environment. The product is well known in the industry for machine builders for harsh environments. That's the number one reason this product is in use. So when I hear of applications that are wood dust related, welding related, foundry dirty dust related, fiberglass related, grinding glass related, I'm thinking of different applications I've worked on. So in these harsh, dirty environments, the DualV does very well in those environments versus other types of linear technologies, because the V wheel on a V track is causing this cleaning action. It is like a V wheel or like a V plow on a snow plow where it is pushing the snow. This is actually physically pushing the contaminants out of the way. The V wheel pushing off. So that's why this technology, which has been around for a long time, is a proven workhorse in bad environments. Number one reason why it's used. Another popular reason why this can be used is very long travels. These wheels, like a locomotive wheel, can go over a joint. So you can put butt together tracks. They don't have to be anything special about putting them together, but they can just be tracks extended for long distances, and this wheel will traverse over those long distances, over the joint, and it's not a problem. So this is well known for long travel applications. So that's the basis behind this type of linear motion from Bishop Wisecarver. And I'm going to now talk about these are components. You buy these individual components, you make your linear system like this. We, Bishop Wisecarver, then take the wheels and can make an actual linear guide. This linear guide is called the Utilitrack. So it has the rail system, it has the carriage system that then is integrated into an assembly. This is using the same V wheels. This demo is using the same size 1 as this demo. So there are larger sizes of the Utilitrack based on the size of the wheel. But here again, it's a linear guide. It's got the rail with the pre-drilled holes in the rail. It has the carriage with the tapped holes on the top that can be easily designed into all applications. As I'm thinking about it now, it is always of interest that all these products that we represent have CAD models. That's probably the number one question. Are your CAD models readily available on your website? Yes. So once a product is identified, a part number is selected, the CAD models can be downloaded and used quickly. CAD models, which are popular in West Michigan, are step CAD files, and that's what is at our website. So the Utilitrack, this is a steel version that we have of this product that comes in different sizes. The carriage, this is a 3-wheel version. We also have a 4-wheel version and a 5-wheel version. The additional wheels can provide higher load capacity, higher moment capacity, and stability. There's occasions where I want a longer carriage for stability of the application. So there are different size of carriages. We also have a washdown version of this Utilitrack. So it would be in a version that's made up of aluminum, substrates, stainless steel track, and stainless steel wheels in that particular version of the product. This happens to be the catalog that I reference for technical designing, the Utilitrack by Bishop Wisecarver. We most recently had an application where the question came up about a braking mechanism. So Bishop Wisecarver does have an accessory that attaches to the carriage that allows for manual braking of the carriage on an application. So very simple clamping device, handle clamping, and locking the carriage in place for a particular application. A lot of fixtures, a lot of linear fixtures use an application where they need a manual brake. You move it into a location, lock it in, and perform your function on a fixture.
That's kind of cool.
So yes, so that's this particular size 1 carriage, this particular brake. I tested this last week and I was up to a 50 pounds holding force with this carriage, and that was just, I maxed it out 50 because that was the only strength I had in my arms to pull on this to see if I could break it away, and I couldn't break it away at 50 pounds, so there's a chance that this actually goes higher. So also, what's very unique is that a V wheel will also follow curvature. So in addition to linear motion, you can also have curved motion, circular motion. And this can be, for example, this carriage is riding around, and or you can actually physically put wheels around the outside statically of this ring, and the ring can move dynamically. So this is another type of application, rotary application, using the V wheel with V tracks on the ring. This product line comes in different diameters. So this one here is approximately 100 millimeters or 4 inches, and it goes up to approximately 65 inches. So it's quite the range for a rotary table. So a lot of fixtures in West Michigan are requiring someone to have their product in front of them, and they want to be able to rotate that around for assembly purposes usually. So a lot of times people use the terminology lazy Susan type rotary table, and that's kind of what I consider this to be. I consider this to be a precision type rotary, manual or motorized. So we can motorize this version with either a rack and pinion and or a timing belt, or it's manual. So just another application that can use the V-Wheel products. That is a quick overview of the BishopWise Carver. Another type of corresponding linear motion in West Michigan for Michigan is profile rail type products. I represent a product line called PMI. So this is a PMI catalog, and this is a product line that we stock in the Zeeland area with Nick at Midwest. And I'm just showing that this is representation of the type of PMI linear guide products that we have. So Stockton Zeeland is our popular MSA series of products. It is a profile rail product line, directly interchangeable with different manufacturers that are out there. So directly a drop-in interchange to a THK or a Highwind, a Thompson, a Bosch, and the list goes on of different products that this can be a drop-in product to. The MSA series is our most popular series that we stock. The product shown here is what we call a size 15 millimeter, and we stock all the way up to size 35 locally, but there are sizes that go up to size 65. That number represents the width of the rails. So a size 15 rail and carriage means that this is a 15 millimeter wide rail, corresponding carriage that goes with that. So this is a what we call a 4-track series, so 4 ball tracks on the inside of this product. The carriages come in different styles. This is considered to be a flanged style. We have flanged, flange long, narrow, and narrow long versions on this. This product is a captured product, meaning we have ball retention so that if the carriages are pulled off the rail, the balls don't fall out. So that's a nice feature to have with our products in regards to our customers not worrying about during the assembly process small little balls falling out on the floor. So these are retained products, which is nice.
Super nice.
So at Nick's facility, he is stocking rails that come in 4-meter lengths with most of the products. Our customers can purchase these to any length that they require. We do not pre-cut. We do not have standard lengths. We cut at time of order, so it can be of any length. Anything longer than 4 meters is a process where we do machine and butt joints together to make longer lengths for long length applications. So that's a feature, a product that we can provide. Another accessory or additional option that we have for our carriage is we have the ability to machine DoW holes in both the carriage and in the rail. So there are some customers who like to have that machine addition to our product to allow alignment of the rails, to allow positioning of the carriage. DoWs provide that fixed position, and during maintenance to be able to reposition those products back together after a rebuild. So that's another nice feature that we have. This product can work in bad environments. For that situation, what we do is we have accessories that include additional seals that we can put on the carriage. We have scrapers, metal scrapers that can go onto the carriage to deal with welding applications, large contaminants. It's good to have a scraper on there. And we also have bellows. A bellows is is an item that can be added over the rail to help protect from contamination. So there are accessory means of helping protect from contaminants to prevent clogging of the carriages for this product. In addition to these MSA series, we also stock a stainless steel series. We have a MSC series of small linear guides and an MSD. This is a wider rail type carriage called the MSD. Good stability, stainless steel is nice for applications here again where we're dealing with water, moisture if required. All of these products that we stock are at a line-to-line contact or into slight preload. So any of our products, if I was to grab onto the carriage, there's no play with those items. So that's, from a design point of view, that's nice to have, so there's not sloppiness, that there's any lash or play in the design. So, anything else?
No, I think you basically covered all of it. The one thing I did want to mention, like Larry said, is you can order the rail at any size. Go out in the shop, we cut it. With most orders, unless it's something crazy large order, it's going to take me a little bit of time or somebody in the shop some more time. All our PMI rail and carriages that we have in stock ship within 24 hours. So the lead time is a huge factor. I understand that a lot of times some things get forgotten through purchasing and stuff like that. So being able to have somebody get the product fast is a big thing. It's also definitely available. We do deliver. You can always swing by the shop, pick stuff up. I have multiple customers that do that. But yeah, that's about it. I think Larry covered a lot of things there.
Good. Thank you.
Yes. What I wanted to mention is a lot of customers, like the whole DoW thing. A lot of manufacturers don't offer that extra service. That's like really, really key, because that's one less thing as builders we hate to do. We don't mind doing it, but if a customer or a manufacturer can do it for us, it's just one less step that we have to take, which is like, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
In the build world, that is a big deal, because certain things like that have to be precision, and they want it on and done right. And to know that a company like yours can provide that service is just, that's good stuff right there. It's real good.
Yeah,
we do that in-house too. So
Oh, really?
the lead time on that has to get scheduled out a little bit longer by a couple days, just because the fact of scheduling with the CNC machines and stuff,
Yep.
getting everything in there. But yeah, that's something that we do. We do that right in-house. We do the butt joints in-house. So if you need something longer than 4,000 millimeters, we're able to do all that right in our facility in Zeeland, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another thing that some customers do not know is, you guys offer this extra bonus to these linear rails and stuff like that. But I think they get caught up in the whole lead time thing.
Right.
What's it going to take to do it? Right? If we can already get these with the DoW Holes positioned in them, that's just going to save up on our lead time as builders. Because as builders, we got to make sure we have the right tools to do it, dowels and reamers to make things precise in order to get a working, functional product, right? So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah, good comments. And yeah, the customers that are purchasing DoW Holes now really take advantage of the time saved. They're paying for that accessory or that hole, but the time they save with the assemblers just dropping it in and bolting it in place much faster, it offsets the cost quickly.
So once a customer uses it one time, then it's every order. Every order they're doing it, no matter the size of the rail. And when you get longer lengths, we always recommend, we add an extra slot or a hole or whatever into that. But we have prints for all that stuff that we can make available to the customers as well.
For sure. Like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity to present this.
Yeah. Now, what's this guy here? Is that the same thing as these?
Yeah.
So this was showing, and thank you, this was demoing the fact that this is a Utilitrack.
Mm-hmm.
It is Utilitrack on either side. What's unique about this one is one side is a V-wheel, like I've mentioned. Mm-hmm. So it becomes the fixed side of this assembly. This other side actually has an open channel with a cam flat wheel on the other side. So a V-side fixed and a cam float on the other side. So this is demoing the fact that on an application with us offering a fixed and float design arrangement on very wide linear guide assemblies, the alignment of one rail to the other side, which is kind of good in regards to, we were talking about the DoW holes being very precise in alignment. Bishop Wisecarver, with this fix and float arrangement design, this rail can be out of parallelism, and it still works because that wheel is actually floating in that channel. So in applications where we don't want to, customers don't want to spend the money machining to make sure are paying for the DoW holes, with Bishop Wisecarver, there is no additional cost. That rail just floats into place. It can be out of parallelism, and it still works. So that's a nice problem-solving feature with the fixed float with the Utilitrack. So, thank you. This particular demo is out by a 1/16 of an inch. It's purposely out of parallelism by a 1/16. And it's demoing the fact that it's still smooth linear motion, even though it's out of alignment. It's out of parallelism. So.
I like how you said that these actually work in all sorts of different environments, because me as a contractor going into different environments, we're constantly replacing things like this, because I'm not saying the purchaser maybe doesn't know that you can get sorts of attachments for sparks, dust, metal chips, things like that, but spending that extra money does affect the long run of the machine, right? So less maintenance and all that. I mean, you want something to run all the time with no flaws. I did not even know that. I mean, I knew that there was something like this design, but I didn't know exactly what all went into it and how they actually work. But I wish that more machines would have these on it, because it would just save the problem in the long run.
Yeah, very good. Very good. There's times where we got to look at both types of technology and decide, which one is best for the application, and that's the part of the service that we provide is that consultation to designers, designing in the right product the first time.
Exactly.
So, once a profile rail's designed into place, like you said, we will receive phone calls after the fact, because they're ordering more carriages after a short period of time, that we start to then find out that the application is bad. It's dusty, it's dirty, and then after the fact, we do recommend accessories to help with that. So,
I was just at a customer's last week, and he orders replacement stuff from me, and when they're doing maintenance and they're tearing the machine apart, they just throw new stuff on, because something like this, it's inexpensive. It's $50, right?
Yeah.
Well, under $50. So you might as well replace it if you got the machine apart.
Yep.
And so when I was actually in their factory and I was seeing what was going on, there was a lot of paper debris and some glue. So I mentioned the seals and scrapers to them. And so from now on, any orders they place with me, I'm just going to automatically put the seals and scrapers on for them.
Yep.
And it'll save some time. We do like selling products, but we also like to make sure that our customers are getting a quality product and it's lasting as long as it can for them. So what's the total weight that this can hold here, Larry?
So size 15 carriage holds 2,000 pounds.
So for something under $50 that can hold 2,000 pounds, I mean, it's worked into a lot of different applications that way.
Now you're saying you have these bearings put in 4 different spots, but you were saying something like there's some sort of piece that you have in here where these bearings don't fall out? Because sometimes that does happen, especially when the manufacturer doesn't put that little thing in there.
So, very, very good. So, some of our competitors manufacture a carriage that the balls will fall out unless you maintain an arbor in there. So there are some products like that. So there are carriages that are designed with ball retention. So there are 4 tracks in this MSA series, and this is the MSA series is designed with a retainer, a close-fitting retainer that allows those balls to stay in place and they don't fall out. Like you said, for a builder or an assembler, that is a nice feature to have. So
Why have you lost them before?
Yes.
Really?
And it's bad because, well, the whole thing is you guys being a West Michigan provider, right? If a customer orders these from somewhere far, far away and things happen, right? And going and building things. So when these balls fall out, if they were going with a customer that's here in West Michigan, wouldn't be that big of an issue, right? Someone like me, where larger manufacturers are going with other customers, and these things take weeks to get. You can't just snap your fingers and get them, you know? Lead time is a very big thing in the BA build world. It's critical.
it is, especially now. It is. Lead time is probably a big buzzword right now in regards to getting products as quickly as possible, keep machines up and running now. And so the people in Michigan have benefited from having our stock here in Zeeland supplying the whole state or even supplying all the Midwest. And like Nick says, we're at a quick turnaround time, you know. So the goal is trying to get products out within 24 hours to customers to keep them up and running. So.
All right, any other questions, guys?
No, I think I pretty much covered it.
All right, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, good comments. Thank
And
you.
if you guys need any square rail or interested in any of these products, you can look up Midwest Automation Supply. Go to our website, www.midwestautomationsupply. Our contact information, everything's on there. We can get you a quote. And even if you need help with an application design, anything like that, Larry's always available to assist with other products that we have too. So take a look at our whole line card and reach out to us.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.